No, Henry, you have to have your eyes open. And you have to have your eyes open.
switch it the other way so it's better?
No, it's beautiful. Cut super comfy. This gives me visibility of this corner. I'm just gonna watch the game through the phone because I know the players by one stride. $11 players waiting. We got refs. Same refs we've had the last 3 games. The last 2 games. Look at Zam's still on the ice. He's trying to set the net. There. Are we behind here? So touchy with the zoom. This is good. This is beautiful. We got a like, so they know this is good. Look, take a look through the view. Neutral. Down here. This is gonna work perfect. My shoulder is gonna get a little bit of a workout. This is where you tell the referees, right? We only got one goalie. Use your protector with your whistle, or we're gonna protect her with our gloves. You know.
Yeah.
Now you can just sit right there.
They got 2 goalies.
Stay where she is.
So many teams.
Yeah.
Yes, Minnesota is the state of hockey.
Is that right?
Yes.
3 girls. I was like, how come we have so many? But all of them have franchise.
No, this is
You have to have a franchise to get the Rose team, right?
yes. So this is
exceptional.
our franchise has normally 1 team. This year they decided to send 2, and then the other franchise is from Minnesota, and they only have 1 team here.
So your franchise is the black and the purple. Is yours?
Yes.
Or black
Yes,
or machine?
Team Minnesota,
Team Minnesota. How
and then
about
Machine is separate.
Machine is separate.
But is that also in Minnesota?
It's also Minnesota. Yeah.
Because usually one franchise covers a few states.
But Minnesota has more hockey players than the rest of the whole
I
nation.
know. And you see your girls are way tall than mine. Ours.
We've got some smalls. Number 8, number 7, number 9, 8, 7, 8, 9.
Your average height was like.
They're big and they're strong.
Yeah, we are our states like 2011, above 2010 or neither. But it's starting 12, 13 is even worse, shorter, and 14. In 3 years, they complain about the COVID. So the other day I was asking, I said, is Minnesota a Republican state? No.
No,
Because at that time it's a Republican
We
state,
wish.
not a Democratic state.
Right,
All-
yeah.
So,
no, they made a lot of mistakes.
and then I asked him, he said, no. Basically, the kids, during that year, the kids who went out and play, survive the sports, who stay home, they quit. A lot of them quit. Right? That's why we have theater instructors.
Well, this 2012 age group was coming out of MITES or U8 when COVID hit, and a lot of people said, we're done.
Second grade. At that time, we are second grade. My daughter is there.
Well, okay, so is your daughter a 5th grader right now?
No, sixth grade.
Okay, so yeah, we've got 5th and 6th graders on our team.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You got a pull back or no? So you got a 2013 and 2012?
They're all, well, we have some 2013s on the team too.
So we have one. We're gonna have one.
I think we have 1, but we have some 5th graders. We have 1 2013, multiple 5th graders.
Yeah.
We have 113, the other is a 12.
Yeah.
Who is number 8? We like to watch number 8.
Why? Not telling you.
She's so speedy. She gets away from everybody. I like to watch her. I like the way she plays.
No, not why. Not telling you.
Yeah, she's a secret weapon. I'm zooming in on her. We gotta know right there.
I'm going to call the band.
I like her.
You watch all the videos? You guys?
Well, we played you guys earlier in this tournament.
Yeah, I know.
so.
The first game. I know.
I don't know. I have an eye for this stuff. I like her.
Yeah. She's good. She's a
So is Tommy. Tommy's good.
Yeah, some of the girls know Tommy.
Some days it's easier. It really makes it.
They're using the purple pucks.
Oh, absolutely. They have every game.
Great. Yeah, she's quick.
Not every day.
So that's less than half the time. Right?
And here's how it works.
All right, we're about to go live.
Oh, it's not muted? Is it?
Don't say too many negative things about us, okay?
Welcome to Thrashville, aka Nashville, Tennessee, for the beginning of the quarterfinals in the 2012 Rose Series tournament. This is the Cowgirl Shootout, as you see Team Minnesota pile into their corner as they've begun a customary tradition to start these games. The parents are enjoying it, being a part of that experience. Lots of players from Minnesota who stayed from the last game banging on the glass as Minnesota Girls Black 2012 National Elite face off against the Connecticut Junior Rangers. And you might be thinking, oh no, this is the wrong broadcast. No, this is the right broadcast. This is Saturday afternoon. Happy holidays. We are watching a rematch of what was the first game played at this same Ford Ice Center in Antioch, Tennessee. So a different drive to get here. The traffic varies in the Nashville area. The referees seem to stay the same. Starting out for the girls in black, the Johnny Cash is Newer at center. Just loses the face-off. She's got Prosser. She's got Volkers. CJR hard charging, looking to try and create some odd man rushes, some breakaways as they had some quality chances in the earlier contest as puck is played back from Palmer to Christian. Christian tries to backhand over to Bundy, and it takes both of them to disarm the number 55 from CJR. You're going to have to keep an eye on her. She's a player to watch. The girls call her Tommy. As Christian comes back to pick up a puck, she takes a look, fires a pass over to Volkers, covering some ground. Oh, double skate gap pass from Volkers. Finds sideboards as CJR rims around. Puck is picked up at center by Harns. Harns goes back to Hardwick. Nice pass up to Preston off the boards, and she breaks the blue. CJR picks up the puck. They try and keep it strong side. By doing that, they lose their speed until they try and kick it to the weak side. McDonough is in pursuit. Nyberg was over the top, but it's chipped all the way deep for Hardwick, and it's going to be an icing. So, hope you guys enjoyed our pre-game dialogue with some of the fans from CJR. They were wondering why we have so many teams from Minnesota, and the answer is it's the state of hockey. So, and for those of you who watched the Machine Orange 2012 versus Minnesota Girls Black National Elite game yesterday, you'll know that Minnesota has tons of talent, brimming with ice arenas in every town and tons of girls who just love the game. So, get back to the action here. McDonough trying to do a virtuoso against two. Here comes number 8 from CJR. She had some linear crossovers, dump and change from number 8, 87 in pursuit of Piper Nyberg. Nyberg gathers on her backhand. She's a strong defenseman out of the Lakeville South area. She turns and fires one on net, and Donahue enters and tries to pursue. An ice from CJR, so girls might be holding onto their sticks a little bit tight to start this contest. I'm sure they're all pumped up. They probably just came out of a locker room that resembles a honky-tonk down on Broadway with the music pumping loud. But it's time to settle in and play some hockey. So thanks to everybody who's tuned in at home. And enjoy this. Tommy and Donahue go. CJR controls, and Minnesota ends up with the puck. We got Stevens. Stevens takes a look. She passes out to Zins. Zins with a long shot. Gets kicked loose by Tommy from CJR. Tommy on her backhand. Takes a look. She throws a sharp angled backhand shot, which hits Kayla in the midsection. Beautiful shot. Brindley Bundy ties up down low. We've got 3 players in there. CJR has 2. Donahue works the puck loose. She tries to push up to Nolander, to no avail. Second attempt clears blue, and a whistle is heard. So we're behind 2 panes of glass from the action. So we're going to do our best to try and let you know what's icing, what's offsides, based on our multiple years of experience. So Newer at the dot, Volker's right, Prosser left, Hardwick and Christian there for the face-off win, and a nice blocker save from Kayla Eaton as Christian gets taken down over backwards by number 38. Strong play, something we haven't seen yet. Christian up to Newer. Newer's in some space. She cuts back and chips up for Prosser. Palmer Prosser from Chaska Chanhassen area plays a puck to the front and follows up on her attempt. There's a board bounce here, and it looks like it's going to be Christian to gain. We're stretching wide with Volkers in a great position for a long pass. Pass is executed once again perfectly to the weak side, but it's a little much. It was a spicy pass as Hardwick goes. Hardwick turns. Christian is changed for Nyberg. Another pass for Volker. She handles, plays up behind Newer. CJR collects and plays it back. Nyberg sees a lane here. Nyberg's attempt to get pucks deep is thwarted by the Rangers as Bundy slips and pops back up. Harns collects. Nice little second effort by Bundy, gets us a chance here. Harns stays through the contact and slips a nice shot in on the goalie from CJR. These goalies from the Connecticut New York Junior Rangers, rock solid in the first game. I believe the goalie who's in net now only allowed 1 goal on multiple attempts during the first contest as Preston tries to backhand one to Harns. And the puck is cleared all the way down. They wave the icing. It's going to be collected by Nyberg. Nyberg hits the brakes, and Tommy says these are tough breaks. She puts her on her back, spins, tries to center one, and it's off the end boards. This will not be an ice, and it's a foot race. Willow Harns, the goalie, gets involved. She decides to stay out of this. She brought a goalie stick to a gunfight, and she backs out. Allie Zins goes to space, sets up Donahue for a wide pull, and the puck is knocked deep in the corner. CJR, Minnesota girls fight for the puck, and it's a turnover to Nolander. Elena Nolander out of Lakeville, a very shifty, playmaking type player. She's holding onto this puck for an extra second. Nice little pullback. She finds Stevens. Stevens always good for finding a soft spot, setting herself up for success. It's a blocker save that played out to the blue. Christian saves, but they fire it back down. We're going to go 189 feet back, 9:20 left in the first period. Ignore the shots on goal on the clock. They're the 4-0 shots on goal has been sitting up there for the last couple of games. So some good chances either way. Both goalies are involved early. And we got some fun facts about our Minnesota goalie, Kayla Eaton. And we'll be sharing those as she gets more involved in the play. As Volkers puts a puck on, Prosser follows it up. So Minnesota working these offensive zone draws. Minnesota has gained a lot of offense off of their, not only the offensive zone draws, but at the power play goals yesterday. I think they had 3 or 4 power play goals. They played 3 games yesterday, the only team to play all 3 games yesterday, as Volker centers one. It's to Zins. Long shot blocked. So Minnesota won all 3 games yesterday, going perfect 4-0 through pool play as Zinn's shot sails wide. It's the first time this 2012 team has had a perfect card through pool play as Neuer tries the near side post and spins, plays it up the wall. Goals in the 3 games for Minnesota were scored by many different players, and there were 11 goals for and only 1 goal against in the 3 games yesterday. So Minnesota's been putting on kind of a dominant performance on both sides of the puck as a spinning attempt is made by Volkers off Neuer's introduction. Neuer pops the stick, walks right in front, turns and shoots wide. A lot of stick traffic in front. CJR is doing a lot of chasing. A beautiful tip from Maeve McDonough. Glove save over the pad for the young CJR goalie. This goalie has saved many pucks. Many pucks. Okay. Cross from McDonough. Picked up by Christian. Defense jumping in. It's a 4th forward scenario. Centering attempt. Picked up by Tommy. Clear pass. It's a give and go. Tommy picks it up over the Preds logo. Tommy goes to the forehand. She gets double teamed. Hands are pinched to the wall. This player we talk about, Tommy, she's a Connecticut Junior Rangers player with light blue gloves. She likes to sneak in behind the defense. She's crafty, and I believe she's a good friend of our goaltender, Kayla Eaton. I know they've had some communications, and I've heard there are some plans for the girls to hang out maybe after the game. So hope it's still mutually agreeable once this is, to let you know the scenario as we take a defensive draw here from Donahue, wins it back. Christian tries to send it. They chip again to Nolander's on a breakaway. If she can pick it up at the dot, Nolander pulls back and hits it off the side of the cage, centering attempt. Goalie's down, but she does a nice job to cover. So 7:15 left in the first period. Only the 8 top teams in the standings remain. Whether or not they're the best 8 teams due to competitive level of the 2 pools that were created among the 11 total teams, there are 8 teams left, and this is do or die. So this is the quarterfinals as Christian walks one in, fires a long shot. It stops in front. It's chipped up. It's in the net. It looks like Donahue may have played the Christian shot over the top of the goalie. The goalie is pleading her case to the referee. But what we've seen right now, it looks like maybe Donahue or Stevens chipped in the loose change off the long Christian shot. So we've got a goal here. It's going to stand, draw at center ice with Donahue, Stevens, and Nolander. As I was getting back to my situation talk, there's 8 teams left, and this is one of the quarterfinal games. So one of the strongest teams in the tournament that we've seen was the Alberta Warriors. They were actually knocked off and made to be the 9 seed by virtue of a tiebreaker. So what you've seen is one of the best teams in the tournament is going to play a friendship game tomorrow morning and then go home. So if you see their parents on Broadway, buy them a beer. Volkers gains. She's 1-on-2. Long shot. Sails wide, a gloving attempt, and second chance. Gets an offensive zone draw for Neuer. We've got Volkers on the left, Prosser on the right. Nyberg and Hardwick encapsulating the blue line. Puck played back by Neuer. Clean. Nyberg shot not so much. Picks up a blouse. Number 87 from CJR tries to go across, and Palmer Prosser picks up the puck that's poked loose by Nyberg. So CJR goalie is in favor of taking some draws. This is number 44 on the roster. She was rock solid, only allowing 1 goal in the first half of her performance. We have yet to see if both goalies will play in this game, but so far so good from both goalies. Long shot by Zins gets tipped, sails wide. Puck is sent to the far wall by CJR. Allie Zins uses her backhand to seal it off. They try to go D to D. It looks like it goes off a ref skate, and it'll be another offensive zone draw for Neuer. Next lineup looks like Harns, Preston, McDonough. There are very strong in their face-off wins. Zoe had, a nice face-off win to Volkers here as she turns and goes cross ice to Bundy. Bundy sends a long shot wide. It's pushed aside by the goalie, and Neuer tries to put an attempt there, and their goalie decides she's going to cover everything. So, knowing that, the referees are keeping their whistles close. This is the 5th offensive zone draw of the game. Another offensive zone draw win by Minnesota. Puck comes through to Volkers. Prosser tries to add some steam. From the corner to the wall. A long pass across neutral gets interfered with by Prosser, regained by Rangers. Volkers tries to pop a stick, but the play comes through. It's getting jammed up. Bundy does her dipsy doodle and hands off to Preston, who sends the puck deep. Excuse me. CJR plays up to Hardwick. She sends it deep, so the national elite, Black, is going to touch up and get in on the forecheck. Maeve McDonough's there before anyone else. Puck is played to the blue line. It's Christian to Preston. Long shot by Harns. McDonough's there to take care of any loose change, but it's all covered up. Face-off, Addie Preston wins it back to McDonough. McDonough sends a long shot, dead on, cleared to the corner by CJR. Long pass gets double touched to Christian. She sidesteps a CJR player, plays it off the long wall to try and gain the offensive zone, but CJR has some space there. I think Christian's clearing attempt was kind of a misdirection play that might have fooled both teams as a puck gets pushed in toward Eaton. Tommy gives her a tap, and we'll have an defensive zone draw. Looks like they're going to line up on Kayla Eaton's left side. Tommy and Addie. Addie wins the draw, to no surprise. If we were in Vegas this year, I think people would be betting on Addie Preston's face-offs and maybe paying off some of that credit card debt. Nyberg comes in. She's getting some information from Coach Jay Hardwick. His teaching has been invaluable. Our defensive core, a huge reason why this team has been so successful with multiple one-goal and shutout games. There's 5 girls that make up this core of defense. Sometimes Zoe Neuer and Allie Zins are flip-flopping, but they've been forming like Voltron and keeping our defensive zone clean and the scorecard clean for the most part.
I need to introduce you guys to play-by-play.
Defensive zone draw. It's Donahue ties up. Puck is played off the glass. Stalls out, and there's a chance here. Good step up by Piper Nyberg as she pushes the puck to neutral, where a regroup attempt comes in. Puck's in her skates. Nolander saves the play. Nolander comes in, tries to toe drag. Minnesota gets the zone, but a cheeky little play out is collected by Nyberg, who fast forwards it to Elena. That's a Lakeville to Lakeville connection. You're going to see 3 girls from Lakeville, Minnesota on this Team Minnesota team.
Bye.
You could also argue that Minnesota's nickname could be Lakeville, as they're the land of 10,000 rinks.
And lakes.
Hopefully some of you are getting your dock in, as we've spent the entire weekend in Nashville. Some came here to honky tonk, and we came here to hockey talk. So we've got Minnesota with a nice clearing attempt. 3 minutes left in the first period. CJR is going to keep all 5. Minnesota gets a change. Long pass right on target for 87. There's 3 Minnesota defenders that block the pass, but the defense does not step up. Nice cross the grain shot low from number 8. Number 8 is a player to watch on either team, as Zoe Neuer with a skate save, and she's going to slide this one to the middle. Just misses a really dangerous Evelyn Volkers. Minnesota stays on side, looks to gain control. Zoe Neuer, who's drawn penalties, scored multiple goals in this tournament, She is the absolute spark plug of this team as she tries to get a puck over to Palmer Plinko Prosser. And it's a goal. Palmer has been going to the net, and I think she has 2 goals on 2 tips. She picks up an assist just by playing it back to Zoe. So when I talk about the number 8, you're going to see Zoe Neuer, a Team Minnesota legend, part of the legacy group of 7 skaters who have taken part in all 3 national championships. And the number 8 from CJR, we've seen her line up at forward and defense. She looks like a little spark plug from the Northeast coast, and she likes to try and create things for her team. So 2 players to watch. You see a player named with a number 8 on the ice, keep an eye out. They're about to do big things, as we saw right there. So 2-0 lead for Minnesota. Puck covered up by CJR. They're going to catch a breath and maybe draw something up for the last 2 minutes here in the first period at Antioch. Eddie Preston with a rare face-off loss. Board bounced. Christian is there. Harns gets over the top, but the puck still gets through. They knock Tommy loose. Number 38 from CJR centers a puck. Christian puts it off the wall to Harns. Gets played back to center as Bundy sends one behind McDonough. Girls have been a step late here. It's the puck off the near wall. Skated to the middle. Again played wide and then centered. Hardwick tries to clear it up the middle. It gets blocked back into the slot. The best chance for CJR. They had 2 players in front of the net, no babysitter. They try to party, and the cops come and shut it down. So now we see number 8 digging in at the dot against Addie Preston. Preston with a nice face-off win. Nyberg tries to play the wall. Nolander is there to no avail, but Donahue finds a gap. She gets tied up, and Nolander is able to advance the puck. A nice pass to the back door gets paddled out. And Hardwick plays it back down to Donahue. 1 minute left in the game as number 8 picks up a puck, and she's rolling. Puck starts bouncing. She might have overskated it a little bit as an area pass to Stevens comes through. Stevens tries to chip to the middle. And a flippy, chippy pass that picks up a shin pad. Stevens tries again and gets shin pads. Bundy jumps on the ice. Johnny on the spot as the puck is kicked to her and kicked out to Nolander. Nolander hands it up to Neuer. Keep your popcorn ready. Zoe Neuer is playing like we know she can. It was a one-timer from Neuer, sails wide of the net. 20 seconds left with this offensive zone occupation. Zins comes in, meets someone at the hash just to say hi. Rimmed puck is going to be picked up by Bundy. Bundy tries to chip down low, and it comes out to Prosser. Prosser just dumps one to the far corner. Probably realized there wasn't much time left and made the safe play. So a good first period for Minnesota. They're giving him now 45 seconds running time off the buzzer. So we'll see if Vince can get the cap off his marker in time to draw up a play here. Both teams have their whiteboards out. Just want to give a quick shout out to Jackalope Brewing Company and the Antioch Ice Arena for supplying the production crew here. Give a quick introduction to our friend Al Bundy. He does not sell women's shoes. He's a television major who sets us up to do these broadcasts to be celebrated and cherished by all of those at home who are not able to be here. So I'd also like to let you know during this intermission, if you're having a lot of fun enjoying these broadcasts and these exciting games, just imagine how much fun we're having here in Nashville. It's like 10 times as much. So we're lining up. Zoe, Prosser, and Volkers remain. Bundy and Christian. in black. On the right side is Minnesota. On your left, Connecticut Junior Rangers. Number 8 powers past Volkers with a nice little reverse check. Ooh, a little cutesy pass, a little slide board pass up to Newer doesn't happen, and Christian's got a little space. She throws one against the grain, and the girls go to work. Newer with a stick pop. Oh, puck is broken out by number 8. We've got a good back check up the middle. Christian surfs over, gets enough of the body to keep her wide. Centering attempt, back to number 8. Evelyn Volker steps in the way. She chips past, she chips again, and she got us enough space to work. Team Minnesota looking to change 3 forwards, leaving Bundy and Christian. Bundy tries to stunt the growth, and a shot sails across the dots as Bundy unfortunately clips the skate of Tommy. She will go to the box for 2 minutes to feel shame. There's a power play for CJR 1 minute into the second period here. Minnesota has the long change, so we'll see how they deal with this. Newer loses the draw, tries to block the shot. It's a long shot to Kayla Eaton, so we'll do a couple Kayla Eaton fun facts on this penalty kill. Talked to Kayla's father, Chris. They're thrilled to be a part of this team. The team is thrilled to have her. She's been a huge difference maker for our team, making this a very different experience. With our defense and our goaltending this year have been fortified. Kayla told her parents at 3 years old that she was going to be a goalie as Hardwick plays Russian roulette with number 2 and ends up keeping them from getting puck deep, puck slapped in. So when you know you're going to be a goalie at 3 years old, you can be pretty good by the age 12. Nyberg is there. Piper Nyberg sends a puck deep to be collected behind the cage. Number 11 sweeps in with a forehand. She's got her head up. She's patient, and she's taking advantage of the space that's there. An errant passing attempt to Hardwick is out of the reach of CJR, and it comes back into the crease. Played out by the goalie. They go forehand to forehand with a nice crisp pass. Centering attempt chips high. Newer is hanging out. Nyberg turns to collect. No shoulder check, so she's surprised by 55, but a good second attempt gets it to Willow Harns. The Rochester product makes them go 200. Minnesota gets a full 4 change. 44 seconds left in the penalty as CJR pushes past Preston. Numbers here. It's a 3-on-2 with Nolander back checking up the middle. Nolander clogs it up, and the play comes back, and the play comes in, but Kayla Eaton makes a nice glove save. So another fun fact during this penalty kill about Kayla Eaton. Her father told me that she has a notebook and she scouts NHL goalies. She's got a file, so she may have gained an advantage in her development and skills and learning through emulation of her favorite goalies as she slides right to left across the crease. Team Minnesota pushes one out and pursues it with strength as Preston overruns, ties up. Puck is played to Christian. She tries to send it deep. Tommy guns. She overskates. They're going to say that it's a delayed offsides. They should probably whistle this, and they do. So we've learned that number 8 from the Connecticut New York Junior Rangers' name is Ella. So we will be trying to feature them as they are standout players who are pushing the pile here on quarterfinal Saturday. Bundy to Christian. Christian fires one to Donahue. It's a little hard. Looks like Ella picks one up. Tries to move in. The movers were early. They got to back up the truck. Face-off is a tie-up, won by Minnesota as Elena plays one over to Brindley. Bundy plays one around the back where Stevens pursues. Aggressive penalty killing here from Minnesota. They've got to be a little bit careful. They were a little over aggressive and gave up some quality chances in the first contest. CJR's only goal coming from a forehand to forehand 2-on-1 with a nice pass and a cutback as a Bundy tries to send a Hail Mary to Stevens. You can't wait for the puck. You got to go to it. Fun lesson my dad taught me playing hockey, which also works for all of life, is when you're moving your feet, the puck is bouncing to you. When you're watching, the puck is always bouncing away. So chase your goals, ladies. Puck is left on the doorstep, and Volkers makes it a very dangerous situation as Minnesota gets full strength. Tommy's on a 2-on-1 with her friend number 38. 38's on her backhand. Oh. Attempt to center goes off Kayla's pad, and it ends up back at the blue line for a long shot off Kayla's paddle. Clearing attempt gathered by CJR and sent deep. Look like they might still be offsides, but refs are cool with it. We're cool with it. Long pass, double received by Newer. Oh, beautiful pass to Volkers. Volkers with a toe drag, double toe drag. She gets brought down, but doesn't seem to be that big of a deal. Hardwick with a long shot, gloved by CJR.
I'll walk you down and you can walk yourself.
Minnesota forwards are cycling through. We're 10 minutes left in the second period. Score is 2-0. Minnesota girls black, national elite, as Preston tries to push a draw. We'll see, maybe she'll have a different attempt, as Willow is going to have a hard time breaking through those trees. Preston plays one back. Christian. She pulls to the forehand, throws a long shot. It looks like a replay of the first goal, but there's no one there to put it away. Christian fires again in front. McDonough gets a stick on it, but it sails straight through as Bundy comes in, lightning fast. So we've got Preston and Christian back as a bouncing puck comes to center. Christian pulls wide, tries to kick one loose. It's a 1-on-1. Loose puck picked up by Bundy. Harens has a major speed differential. She's going to be all alone. She had Preston with her, and she elected to fire one glove side. Did not connect as Ella is loose against Christian. Christian gets a stick on puck and disarms Ella from CJR. She dodges, trying to dodge a forecheck. She takes on both players, so Preston gets a free release. Preston to Harens. Harens fires one all the way across the ice. It's McDonough, so they work a nice center ice breakout to get a full change. All five players, Zins and Hardwick. Nolander, Donahue. Stevens throws in a puck off the red pants of CJR. Stevens again in the play, playing hard. Donahue gets a puck. Things are getting jammed up. Played to the far side. Puck is chipped past a pinching Zins, gathered by Stevens. It's a kick it to space, win the race mentality, and it works out well for Donahue. To Nolander. Played back to Donahue, and now it's with Hardwick. Long shot, gloved down by the CJR team. They're packed in tight. They're limiting high quality opportunities as their goalie dives to settle things down, maybe give her team a chance to change, and they will. All five replacements come. Minnesota looks to change as Jay Hardwick gives some parting advice to young Evelyn Volkers from Elk River. I think what they're trying to do is set up a face-off shooting attempt here. Wouldn't be surprised to see Evelyn come in over the top. It gets kicked back to Zins. Zins with a long shot, steered aside by CJR's goalie as Newer gets tied up by two. They try to tap to center, but Allie Zins is there to muscle the puck down low. We're below the goal line. We're back up the wall. The wing is missing. Zins with a big windup, and somebody stuck a carrot in the barrel of that shotgun. Girls are playing a little table tennis off the wall. Gathered by CJR. They go forehand to forehand, up through the middle, but Newer is there to intercept, and Prosser wisely gets the puck deep. So some elongated offensive zone opportunities as we're trying to get a change. Well, we have the puck, but they are able to change all three forwards and hold the blue line. So if they can keep a hold here and tire this line out, oh, beautiful tic-tac-toe play to McDonough. They should have been called offsides there, as Nyberg has no patience, but that's okay. I like the idea. Make them make the call, and sometimes they don't. So, while Nyberg knew she had pushed the puck offsides, she knew better the situation and pulled it back. Makes no difference. 6.5 minutes left in the second period. We're halfway through the game. This would be a moment where we might be seeing a goalie switch. We don't know if they will play both goalies, but with an offense or with a defensive zone draw, I'm not sure CJR is going to be trying to switch things up. They've been working pretty well so far. Nyberg backhands one in. It's off Steele. It's to Harns. It's to Nyberg. She plays it deep to McDonough. It's back up the wall. Minnesota trying to cycle the puck on the sidewall, or maybe just handoff problems. We're not sure exactly what the methodology is, but whatever the girls have been doing has been working great as they've been winning all the races to these loose pucks. McDonough pulls wide, leaves Addie Preston offside. They're gonna finally call this one. So there's a lesson for the young ladies that they'll be learning probably pretty soon in ice geography. And while there are markings on the ice, there's areas like 10 feet in front of the offensive blue line. Pucks need to be deep. 10 feet inside the blue line. At that point, we can try something cool. Puck played from Christian to Stevens. She regains a loose puck and throws a wide pull and cycles back to Elena Nolander. Nolander plays to Stevens, intercepted. Hardwick is there at the half wall with a pinch. Hardwick gets back. Ellie Hardwick has had her stick in the right spot for about 99% of our 4.5 games here. It's amazing to see how much unstructured hockey the girls in Warroad get as Tommy pulls a spinorama backhand, but it sails about a foot wide of the left side of the cage. You know she wanted that one. So the rumor is that number 55 from CJR, Tommy, is good friends with our goalie Kayla Eaton, and they talk between games. They say, I'm going to score on you. No, you're not. So a fun little rivalry between some very high-performing hockey players. And I'm sure they'll talk about that spinorama backhand later. Stevens pursues. Puck is played out. Ellie Hardwick is there. Volkers is at the blue line, and she gets poked. The puck is played deep by number 87 from CJR. Christian's going to have a decision here. She stops on the puck, breaks a couple ankles, but she's 1-on-3. We got players at neutral ice waiting for something, so they're confident in the young defenseman as she fast forwards something off the far wall, collected by CJR. So our forwards have been flying down the ice. It seems like they're really trying to break something loose. They're not making it easy on our decor, but a body check attempt by Ella on Christian turns out to be a poor career decision as the puck is played back to 28, blocked by Hardwick. Newer turns it. We've got a call coming. It looks like it's going to be a cross-checking penalty. We may have to review the tape and see what happened there. It's going to be Sydney Christian out of Orono, Minnesota. They called a cross-check, so it may have been something brewing from the mid-ice collision. Pretty rare to see a behind-the-play penalty from Christian, but it's going to be another penalty kill for Minnesota here with Preston and Newer, Bundy and Zins. Puck is played back into the middle. Zoe Newer, a very dangerous player with Zins and Zoe. We've got two Z's on the ice. We might lull them to sleep with four skaters. As Zoe zigs and zags, she sets herself up for a forehand shot and puts it right on. Got to think with 5 players that might have been a put back. And Zoe gets put back in the bench. Here comes Maeve McDonough sliding into second base. She's safe with the puck. Plays it to the side of the net. Goalie's covering it, but with no pressure, they're going to let him play on. Zins holds her ground. Numbers go the other way, and it's Bundy with space. She smartly puts it to the end wall. The penalty is halfway through. CJR just hasn't quite made it into the zone, and here come Tommy and Ella. Ella on her forehand throws a short side shot low, easily saved by Kayla Eaton, and smartly sent deep by Allie Zins. Puck gets played up the wall. Nice bounce pass to advance. They're going to come and look to forecheck two skaters on Bundy. Zins tries to hold one off. It only takes one, but Bundy's a fighter. And she's taking on multiple CJR players as Willow tries to clear, and it bounces through. So CJR gathers at neutral. 15 seconds left on the penalty to Christian. Long shot by Bundy gets sucked up by a defenseman. As the last seconds tick away in the man advantage for CJR, they have a chance to have a rush here. A spinning number 14 gathers. She's going to fire from outside the blue line. We were wondering if that was going to bounce out front. 2 minutes left in the second period. It's a 2-0 lead for Minnesota.
Thank you. Napkins or
Nolander and Bundy are in a wrestling match down low. It ends up coming out with a shot attempt wide, gathered by Volkers. She plays up to the blue line. There's a block, a bounce, and a great scoring chance. They may have had a great option on the back door to expand the net. Tommy seems a little frustrated with the lack of opportunity there, but with the lack of quality chances that CJR has had so far, I really don't blame her for trying to take that shot. And while that was a dangerous play, Kayla gloved it like it was pop fly. Evelyn Volkers tries to play one up to Zoe. Hits her in the back of the skate, but Zoe smartly uses the space provided. Sends one to Volkers. She tries to toe drag its blades. CJR has numbers. They're bunched. It's Tommy. Now they spread wide. Hardwick is there. They send one over to the weak side. I think by eliminating the known threats, we can reduce our amount of culpability to goal scorers. Not calling the CJR a two-headed dragon, but if you're breathing fire, Minnesota's got the extinguisher right now. Nyberg with a nice play to sidestep the pressure. Puck pops in. It's gathered up by Donahue. Now Nolander. CJR playing very hard right now as Minnesota is matching their pace in the closing seconds. Girls might do well to keep it low as Hardwick plays one over to Donahue. She whiffs on a rolling puck and tries to jam the wall. It's held by CJR. Nolander gets involved, but takes a swing at it, and we're 3-1. Maybe you can hear the buzzer, maybe you can't, but we're through 2 periods here. 2-0 lead for Minnesota. And things are coming up us, but this game's starting to even out. So we've settled in as Kayla and her friend give each other a little high five, a little nice job and congratulations. Kayla high fives her coaches. So we may have learned that CJR plans to keep number 44 in net today, as we've seen them split games. Here's a look at our goalie parents, Chris and Jessica. As you know, goalie parents have a little bit of a reputation to not just back up their player no matter what, they actually stand behind them as they switch ends. So another Kayla Eaton fun fact. Well, Jay Hardwick is giving some insights. Steve Nolander is chipping in, adding some value to the Team Minnesota bench.
Huh? What's this?
He's got his fingers on his ears. He's not hearing this stuff anymore. Don't talk to me, baby. All right. It's about 5 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time as we get ready to kick off the third period. Looks like Bundy and Christian. Christian number 2 in black, Bundy number 6. Elena Nolander on the near side, right wing, number 18. Amelia Donahue, 33 from Stillwater. And Adriana Stevens on the far wing as she chases. And she's from Forest Lake, so long, hard shot of a pass. Eventually corralled by Bundy as she is facing heavy pressure. Stevens tries to get to a puck. Christian comes through on a bouncing puck. She one-hands it up the wall. Girls would do well to control pucks rather than jam it, but you'll see they're just jamming hard. They're jamming like the bands we saw at the Honky Tonk today. Rolling in the deep is Ella. And Christian comes in, and she shook her all night long. Elena Nolander wins a race to a puck and tries to push it out momentarily as CJR evaluates some options and sidesteps one player. A very poor call as player gets stood up at the blue line and falls. She was well over her skis there as she trips on the blue line, but Christian steps up and she's going to serve her second minor. So this is not shaping up very well for the girls in black. See if they can get out of this ring of fire. Face-off win, glassing out by Ellie Hardwick. Willow Harns gets in the way, but the pass still gets through. Oh, Zoe Newer with picking up an easily telegraphed pass. She leans into the shot. Just sails wide, so a good shorthanded chance. Everybody let Zoe go to work here. She fires one over to Willow Harns. Harns dumps in. Zoe and Willow stay in play. Nyberg and Hardwick hold the line. The other 2 defensemen on the bench would be Bundy and Zins with Christian in the bin. CJR peels it back once and twice. Sets herself up for a nice forehand pass. Ella picks it up on the backhand and cuts across the blue. Again, Zoe with another interception. She's like Devontae Davis. Addie Preston enters the chat. Picks up a puck, tries to get it deep, but it's Nyberg. And Nyberg does well to enter the zone. Things are getting kind of clunky over on the wall as Maeve McDonough picks up a puck. Tommy gets a piece of her wind-up so that no shot is delivered. CJR should probably be trying to get behind our defense, but instead, black stays over the top of white, and Preston tries to fire one down and stopped, bobbled, and it rolls all the way back down. So we got about 15 seconds left in this power play for CJR. They have not done a whole lot of damage with this. In fact, they're actually quick to move a puck, not realizing how much time they probably have. Volkers pushes one through. She's tip, tap, tip, tap. Puck is loose. Volkers tries to go get it. Evelyn Volkers scored a really nice second goal against Machine Orange yesterday. She's a strong right-hand shot. She's a softball player, so you know she's got a strong stick. She's patient. She's a playmaker, and she's got a nasty toe drag. Palmer Prosser fights along the wall. Some of these yellow beams inhibit our angle. We're doing the best we can. We don't get to pick the rinks, although Nolansville was a fun place to shoot from. Antioch is a better place to play from. And the penalty is expired, so Minnesota is at full strength with Palmer Prosser. She slides a puck over to Newer. Newer, just out of the reach of number 10, but she chips the puck off the wall just far enough to keep it. Zoe's taking the space, tries to slip 10, spins around. She tries a long throw to Bundy, It gets intercepted. Zins gets involved, and Bundy's going to collect it. We've got Volkers here stretching at the far blue line. The puck comes behind her. The refs are going to say play on, so it's going to be up for CJR to break it out with 11 minutes to go. Puck across center. Stevens with a good reach tries to tie up this young Ella from CJR who centers. Hardwick is like, I don't think so, man. Doing my job. Chips off the wall. It looks like Stevens might have got a piece of that, but she picks it up at the goal line. CJR regains and plays around. Nyberg holds the wall. She plays deep to Stevens. Stevens holds. She spins. Puck is played low. Donahue's diving in on the wrong side, but now she's entering a dangerous area. These girls are good at finding little soft spots as Donahue picks up a loose puck and puts it behind the net. Nyberg can't hold the line, so Minnesota's going to have to touch up here. But once again, CJR is tasked with breaking out through 5 black jerseys. So we're under 10 minutes in the game. Nolander ends up inside position of CJR, but with a loose puck, she's able to do no more than push it toward the crease. Goalie is going to cover that one up, and we're going to reset here. Preston, Harns, and McDonough. Puck slips through to Hardwick. Long shot. Gets stopped by some shoulder pads. CJR has got some speed here. They do a little overlap. Back checkers do a really nice job taking away the middle as 47 comes in with a little bit of fire.
She's had some really good looks today, I swear.
Willow gets pushed aside. Puck gets slapped out. Willow gets a shot to block. But they're doing a nice job of holding the blue line. So our Minnesota team has definitely made a difference in these games with their blue line play, just extended offensive zone possessions. But CJR showing that they also have the ability to hold the blue line, and think that whichever team has more offensive zone time is obviously more likely to get shots, and it's a numbers game. Things got to add up somehow. In a 2-0 game, the most dangerous lead, Zoe Newer goes to work. She's battling 2 Rangers down low. Prosser turns. It's off skates. She goes again. Christian with a long shot gets blocked. Bundy comes to collect at center ice. She's picking up speed. She tries to toe drag. Turns over. Back to Bundy, back to Volkers. Newer picks up the loose puck. Oh, a puck gets punched to the middle of the ice, and it's backhanded on net by Christian. Newer picks it up, and Minnesota picks up a couple chances out of what has been a little bit sloppy with girls not tired, but just maybe trying to do a little too much right now. Christian forces up to Prosser. Prosser wisely plays it out, and Minnesota get 10 fresh feet. Puck up to Tommy. Tommy's playing a little behind the back. Over to Ella. Hardwick plays to Donahue. Nolander's going to work. We're under 8 minutes left in this quarterfinal contest between Minnesota Girls Black National Elite, Connecticut New York Junior Rangers. These teams met 2 days ago. In the first game of the tournament, it was a 4-1 win by Minnesota. So CJR survives pool play, and this is do or die. The loser of this game will be done at the Cowgirl Shootout. The winner will have potentially 2 more games left in order to grab hold of that big belt buckle and say yeehaw. Hardwick has a puck. She dances around Donahue. Nolander's got some space. She gets inside position. She slips a player and fires right on target. So Elena's got that Goonies never say die mentality. She's after Copper Potts gold. Preston wins one back. Nyberg sends it in. It's back to Preston. Preston ties up. Puck goes to the near side. CJR sends one out. Bundy's there to stop it. Bouncing puck. Willow. Hands off for problems to Bundy, but it works with a little putt-putt pass back. These girls are playing dangerous games by the blue line. We know what CJR can do on 2-on-1s and breakaways. But Maeve McDonough breaks a tackle. Puck is played to the center, but there's one large and in-charge CJR player until Nyberg puts her in her place, cuts back, tries to slip. Preston writes the next chapter with a drop pass to Harns. Back to Preston. The girls are playing some nice hockey right here. It's fun to watch. Preston has the puck on the side of the net. She fires one out, but we were excited about that play. A little too excited. Bundy gets the other team to chase behind the net and sends one out to center ice. It's returned to sender. And Nyberg plays one to the near side. CJR with some poise. Sidesteps Volkers. Little cutesy pass up the skates. Nothing doing. Glassing out. Volkers chips it deep. Big body check. Evelyn's tough as nails. Her father told me last night that she operates tractors. So we don't know. There may have been a call here. Yep, they're pointing at a CJR skater and they're calling it a trip. So might have been a makeup call for the body check that Evelyn Volkers ensued. It might have just been a good angle out. It's just, it was loud. And someone got tripped. So we're sitting at 5.5 minutes left in the third period. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a timeout here. They're putting two players in the box, so we're not sure if they called the body check and the trip. We only saw the check. The player seemed to be kind of protesting the penalty. She still is kind of showing poor body language. Or maybe one of the coaches received a penalty. It's going to probably go up as a double minor. Nope, they want to switch who's going in the box now. So I'm wondering if it was a bench minor penalty. So sometimes even our role models say naughty words.
Drinking all day.
Yeah. Too much fun, too much sun on Broadway. Maybe something slipped, but Minnesota gets a 5-on-3 here. Tommy and Ella, of course, are out there, and the puck gets cleared. So Minnesota would do well to use the time and space and possess. They send one hard at Zoe. Tommy wins the puck. We should have about 3 in there right now, but everybody's just here for the show, like everyone else in Nashville. Ella spins one around. Yeah, and she draws a penalty. So if you don't hold on to a puck, you're never going to draw a call. Ella from CJR is smart to hold a puck, and somebody did sweep the leg Johnny, so they're going to send Amelia Donahue to the box. So we're going to play 4-on-3 for about a minute and a half, and then we'll be playing 5-on-4 for about 30 seconds. So Minnesota with 4, CJR with 3. Brinley Bundy angles Tommy out, regains the puck, and we're confident to play this low. The girls have a 2-goal lead. They don't need to press too hard. They play it up the wall to Evelyn Volkers. Minnesota is just swarming the puck as a centering attempt to Zoe Neuer. She walks in, rips a shot. It's a fantastic save. So our Wells Fargo save of the game goes to the CJR goalie with a beautiful blocker save on a close angle shot as Bundy tries to set something up nice to Nolander. Nolander might not have known how fortuitous that opportunity was as Neuer gains. We break the blue with 3. Neuer delays. She backhand chips one to Nolander, and Volkers is there. Volkers tries to chuck one up front. We don't have all 5. Christian tries to block. Hardwick gets poked. There's a great opportunity for Ella from CJR. and they play back to the blue. So CJR, all of a sudden, with a lot of life, they're maybe feeling the penalty calls were unjust, but they are more than stepping up. Hardwick gets poked at the blue line. The whistle comes to the ref's mouth. He doesn't call an offside, so maybe a little bit of a face-off advantage. They run a few more seconds off the clock. 3:24, offensive zone draw for Minnesota. 4-on-3 for 27 more seconds, and then you're going to see a 5-on-4 for Connecticut. So will they get the right players on the ice as Christian rips a long shot? Sales side. Puck on the near wall. Gets jammed up. Christian pulls backhand, forehand, backhand, forehand. Centering attempt to Stevens gets blocked. Christian skating against Ella. Ella gets angled out, regains, and plays back to the blue. But there's a little bit of a missed handoff as Maeve McDonough cuts back. Toe drags. Nice pullback move. She tries to dump back to Stevens. Can't quite get the handle. Harns loads up Zinn. Zinn fires wide. Bundy's there. So it should be a 5-on-5 at this point with 2.5 left. Stevens in front. Looks like a shot and a save. Maybe a Harns shot. As McDonough squirts loose behind the net. She takes it off her backhand, plays one to Stevens. Stevens tries to shoot. Can't get a shot off, but the puck still crosses through the slot. 87 from CJR sends one deep as the forwards from Minnesota change. Allie Zins goes to collect the puck. She hits the brakes. She's feeling the pressure. They send too hard. Tommy centering attempt sails all the way across. It's going to be corralled by Bundy. Bundy up to Harns. Harns is looking for Prosser. Prosser opens the gate as the gate has been opened by CJR. There is no goalie. It's 6-on-5 for the last minute and a half. Addie Preston passes one to Bundy. Bundy's in position to put an empty netter away, but the puck bounces over her stick. I'm sure we're separated. There's some disassociation with 2 panes of glass between us and the play, but I'm sure there's a lot of screaming. And Preston walks into a position to gain. Minute 18, empty net. She centers a puck. Prosser is in pursuit. Prosser turns. She sends one at the net. It's wide. Preston is there. She plays one back to Bundy. Bundy dumps it deep. They don't need any more goals to win this game. And if we can keep them down there, there's no whistle. The girls are playing on. Good body check by Preston. Bundy tries to shoot into the empty net. And it's Zins with a rocket that sails just inches off the right post. And it's played out by CJR. So Minnesota, we're under a minute left to play. Allie Zins shoots into the gut of the CJR player, and the puck is bounced into the offensive zone where Donahue backhands it off the post. 30 seconds left. Donahue just about gets a really nice insurance policy, and we've got numbers the other way. Tommy with the puck. Good back check by Nyberg. She sends Tommy flying. I can hear the coaches. They don't like it, but it's a hockey game. Puck played across center, chipped wide by Christian. 9 seconds left for Evelyn Volkers as she muscles one deep. And the Minnesota girls are going to ride Kayla Eaton to a 3rd straight shutout. It's a 2-0 win here. Fantastic game by the Minnesota girls Black National Elite as they prove why they are the perennial powerhouse of North America. So we really appreciate the thousands of subscribers who have been filing in and sending us luxurious gifts to the hotel. We appreciate all these amazing things. So can't say enough about it, but can't say enough about these players and parents, both teams, as the goalies embrace at center ice. Nothing better than playing with your friends against your friends, and you're watching the highest level of 2012 hockey going on in North America right now. So appreciate all you guys tuning in. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you on Super Sunday.
Games.
Final.
8